Dear student, today I will tell you about the biology subject, chapter 6. I am S.C. Pandey from Tagore Public School, Surajgarh. Today, topic is life processes. Life processes means जीवन की प्रक्रियाएं जिसे हम जीवन की कल्पना करते हैं. But there is a question: what is means of living and non-living? हम लिविंग को नॉन लिविंग से कैसे डिफर मानते हैं, या लिविंग के कैरेक्टर्स क्या हैं? What are the characters of living? So living shows the life processes, and important thing of these life processes are like all living shows the growth, all living shows the movement, all living generally take part in the respiration, living take part in the digestion of food, living being take part in the, sometimes in case of plant only, they take part in the photosynthesis. In the plant and animal, removal of waste material, जो शरीर के अंदर वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट बनते हैं उनको शरीर से बाहर निकालने की प्रक्रिया, इट मीन्स removal of waste material has done by the excretion, and sometime the different life process is completed, then death occur in the living. So living shows the following life processes, but in the case of plant, very important process, that is the photosynthesis, which is not found in the animals. First of all, I start the point from first point, that is the growth. Growth is irreversible phenomenon. Growth is irreversible phenomena. What it mean? Irreversible phenomena का means क्या? It means if growth occur once, then cannot minimize. यदि कोई व्यक्ति अपने जीवन काल में 3 फीट से 4 फीट हाइट अटेन करता है, in future height of person is not found 3 feet again. This is called irreversible phenomena. In growth, in which increase of mass and volume take place, mass and volume occur as a result of growth, but non-living doesn't show growth like life processes. कभी कभी आपके दिमाग में प्रश्न आता है कि एक कंकड़, छोटा सा कंकड़ जिसे सॉइल के अंदर रख देने पर after 10 years, 15 years, it increases in the size, it becomes large size, but it is not the character of growth. Why? Why it is not a character of growth? Because the external particles aggregate and continue aggregation of external particles, sand particles, then the large size sand particles in the form of rocks appear. But in case of animals and plants, means living, size increases due to the internal factor, due to the increase of the cells, due to the increase of the amount of tissue, and this increases the body mass and volume. So growth occur in the living being. Next one, movement. All living like dogs, cat, bats, crow, sparrow, cuckoo, human can move from one place to another place after passing the time. But a building, a huge building, can't move from one place to another place after passing the time. Non-living mountain can't show the movement, but a huge tree shows the movement by moving their branches to and fro, up and down. So movement occur in the multicellular huge plant, in the branches. In the human, movement occur as lifting the hand, down the hand, sometimes right, sometimes left side. So movement occur in the multicellular human, plants, and unicellular euglena, paramecium, amoeba, which are generally found in the water, in the free living organism, move by the help of, in case of amoeba, movement occur by the help of pseudopodium. In case of euglena, movement occur by the help of flagellum. In case of paramecium, movement occur by the help of cilia. So different types of locomotory structure develop in the unicellular organism. So movement differ in the unicellular, as for example of unicellular organism, like as good example is unicellular organisms are amoeba, paramecium, and euglena. Here the amoeba move by the help of a structure called pseudopodium. In amoeba, structure is pseudopodium. In paramecium, movement occur by the cilia. In euglena, movement occur by the help of flagellum. So these are the different examples of unicellular organisms, and amoeba has pseudopodium for the movement, cilia in case of paramecium, and flagellum in case of euglena. It is called flagella because one is smaller size and there is larger size. So two flagella present in the euglena for movement. In case of multicellular plants, movement by the up and down branches. In case of multicellular animals like the sparrow, moves by the help of wings. Wings are used in the flying in the sky. Human moves by the as movement occurs by the legs, hands or moves clearly. In case of earthworm, generally movement occur by the setae. Seta is plural and setae is plural, seta is singular. In case of cockroach, movement occur by the jointed appendages as it has noticed in the 9th class. So movement in the multicellular animals are generally occur by different types of organs. In case of earthworm, it occurs by the help of setae, which is plural, and seta is singular. In case of human, legs are, hands are for movement. In case of sparrow, wings are for the movement, as cockroach move by the joint appendages. Here, after growth, movement, important topic is respiration. Question arises, what is respiration? Respiration is a कैटाबोलिक प्रोसेस. इसे कैटाबोलिक प्रोसेस क्यों कहते हैं? बिकॉज द लार्ज साइज मॉलिक्यूल हैज ब्रोकन इनटू स्मॉलर मॉलिक्यूल्स बाय द हेल्प ऑफ एंजाइम्स. एज respiration reaction is C6H12O6 plus 6O2. Here oxygen used in breaking the glucose as organic compound. Oxygen when combined with any reactant, the process is oxidation and production of 6 molecule of carbon dioxide, 6 molecule of water and 38 ATP. Here ATP is the source of energy in the cell. This ATP expand is adenosine triphosphate. This is the source of energy in the cell and generally produces by the oxidation of organic food like glucose. Carbon dioxide produces in this reaction, and this is good example for cellular respiration. This is good example of cellular respiration which occur in the cell. Here in the respiration catabolic process take place, but in the case of photosynthesis which occur in the plant anabolic process take place. Anabolic का means है when smaller molecule combine and makes the large molecule. And in case of photosynthesis process, generally 6CO2 combined with 12H2O in the presence of sunlight and a green pigment called chlorophyll it synthesizes the organic food in the form of glucose, which has molecular formula C6H12O6. Production of water and oxygen gas as the byproduct in the case of photosynthesis. Oxygen gas produces. Here the water molecules, total 12 water molecule used, and as a result of photosynthesis half numbers of water molecule, means 6 water molecule also produces. It means the water molecules which generally utilized as the source of oxygen gas. Oxygen gas produces by the water molecule as a result of oxidation, and carbon dioxide which produces glucose as a result of reduction reaction. So photosynthesis is a summation of oxidation and reduction reaction which occur in the green plants, green algae, and few photosynthetic bacteria also. So respiration is oxidation process, but photosynthesis is oxidation and reduction reaction. When we take the food intake after cutting, grinding by the teeth, mixing with saliva, swallowed in the pharynx, and digestion occur in the stomach and small intestine, then smaller monomers absorbed by the villi, and this complete process called as digestion. Digestion only found in the living being. It is not found in the non-living. Digestion is not found in the non-living. It is important characters of the living. So living shows digestion, as living shows photosynthesis, and living shows excretion. What is means of excretion? As you know, when I took the food, we take the food after digestion, different types of harmful product produces in the form of nitrogenous products like ammonia, which changes by the help of ornithine cycle into urea in the liver. So this urea which excrete outside with the urine in the human, a good example of excretion. Excretion also found in the plants. Sometimes in the plants gums are ooze out from the stem. This is also a type of waste product. Carbon dioxide produces during respiration, also a type of waste product in the human and in the plant also. So excretion in the human occur by the excretory system, but plants has no any type of excretory system, but excretory products are stored in the different types of the storage structure and comes out from the stem, from the root. As you know, one product is called as oleoresin, hing. Hing obtained from the root of the ferula plant. As excretory product, after excretion, important character of living is death. Death occurs due to the breaking of tissue of the body in the old age, then all the metabolic process becomes slow. मेटाबॉलिक प्रोसेस के स्लो होने से, टिश्यू के ब्रेक्स होने से, ओल्ड एज होने से एक समय ऐसा आता है लिविंग करेक्टर्स मीन्स लाइफ प्रोसेस इज नॉट फाउंड. देन द complete body is called as dead body, and this is called death. Death occur after completing the life span. Life span means the duration from birth to natural death. Life span of mayfly is 1 day only, and life span of human is 100 years. For elephant, which is largest animal on the land, life span is 60 or 70 years. But life span of a tortoise is about 150 years. Life span is not based on the size of the body, because sometimes small fruit fly, house fly, which has life span for several months only. Life span is the duration from birth to natural death. Natural death means as tissue has broken in the old age, all the metabolic activity becomes slow. No movement occur. Breathing rate is very slow, and ultimately all the tissue lose their energy, lose their activity. This is called as death condition. At that time, no heartbeat take place. After a simple discussion, all the life process, all the living generally shows very important steps, which is called as level of organization. I will discuss about the level of organization. Level of organization, which generally studied in the previous classes. As level of organization, the macromolecules which combine, and these macromolecules when combined, then they form a type of structure, and this structure is generally called the cell. This cell now makes the tissue. This tissue makes the tissue system, and this tissue system makes the organ. Organ make the organ system, and all the organ system make the, suppose, individual body, or you can say human body. Here this is called as level of organization. Level of organization only occur in the living. नॉन लिविंग लेवल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस नहीं शो करते. नॉन लिविंग में सेल नहीं होती. टिश्यू एंड ऑर्गन सिस्टम आल्सो एब्सेंट. दिस वॉल, दिस ब्लैकबोर्ड doesn't contain cell or tissue. So level of organization only found in the life processes. Here I want to discuss how the gaseous exchange take place. Suppose this is the amoeba, which has large size nucleus, contractile vacuoles, many food vacuoles. So these are the food vacuoles, and this is the pseudopodium, which I have discussed already in the lecture. This is contractile vacuole. So this amoeba, which outer membrane is the cell membrane. Cell membrane are divided into two: outer ectoplasm and inner endoplasm. Here endoplasm has shown by the dot line, and the ectoplasm as the here ectoplasm, and inside it is endoplasm. But this amoeba is found in the water. Amoeba is found in the water. External part is water around the amoeba. So oxygen enters from the water in the amoeba, and carbon dioxide taken out by the one process called as diffusion process. So the gaseous exchange occur in the case of unicellular amoeba-like organism by the diffusion method, and direct exchange of gases take place. In the respiration, oxygen enters in the amoeba cytoplasm, which is the living material of the amoeba, and carbon dioxide remove outside from the amoeba. So this shows the gaseous exchange in amoeba. Gaseous exchange in amoeba like unicellular organism. Here in the case of multicellular organism like human, direct gaseous exchange is not possible. This is the question. The reason is human body made by the different types of tissue. So air is not in direct contact with the all such type of tissue, such type of cell. That is why gaseous exchange is not possible directly, like in case of unicellular amoeba, in which oxygen enters and CO2 reaches outside during the oxidation of food, and it is also called as gaseous exchange. In the type of important point in the living is all living beings source nutrition. But what is nutrition? This is the question. What is nutrition and how many types of nutrition? So nutrition is the phenomena in which organisms take food and produces energy, which utilized in the repairing, in the synthesis of new tissue, then growth occur. So nutrition is a biochemical process in which taking of food, digestion, absorption, then the food used in the synthesis of new tissue. This is called nutrition. But nutrition are of two types. Nutrition are of two types. is called as heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. Another is called as autotrophic nutrition. Here, heterotrophic nutrition and autotrophic nutrition, there are two categories of nutrition. Heterotrophic. Hetero means differ. Heterotrophic nutrition are of two types. One is in the form of as parasite, another is in the form of as saprophytes. It means the organism divided into two categories in the heterotrophic nutrition. एक ऑर्गेनिज्म दूसरे ऑर्गेनिज्म से अपना फूड प्राप्त करता है और दूसरे ऑर्गेनिजम्स को जिससे वह फूड प्राप्त करता है होस्ट कहते हैं. एंड दीज पैरासाइट्स आर ऑफ टू टाइप्स. वन इज एक्टोपैरासाइट, अनदर इज एंडोपैरासाइट. इन केस ऑफ एक्टोपैरासाइट, generally good example for ectoparasite are lice and bed bug. Bed bug means खटमल, lice means जू. Ectoparasite like bed bug takes the blood from the human body, and lice which generally found in the head. One animal called leech, which is ectoparasite on the cattle, mammals like buffalo, cow, and suck the blood, called sanguivorous animal. Endoparasite, which causes diseases. For example, these are in the form of Ascaris, in the form of Plasmodium, which causes malaria disease, in the form of Entamoeba, which causes amoebiasis in the human. So parasite mostly take the nutrition from the host, sometimes causes diseases. Like Ascaris causes Ascariasis disease in human. Plasmodium causes malaria disease in human, and the tapeworm Taenia solium causes teniasis disease. Likewise, Entamoeba causes amoebiasis disease. Saprophytes are good examples bacteria and fungi which act as saprophytes. Good example of bacteria are Bacillus, which act as saprophyte. Good example of fungi as mushroom, which act as saprophyte. And good examples of the flowering plant, which also act as saprophyte, which is Neotia, which is called as pipe plant. So these are saprophytes, and saprophytes take the nutrition from the dead body of the plants and animals. Plants twig, plants branches which dry up, fall down on the ground, then decomposed by the decomposers. I mean to say bacteria, like Bacillus bacteria, which take the organic food from the such type of dead branches of the plant. And fungi, mushroom, which generally a source of vitamin B12, grow on the litter. Litter means semi-decomposed plant dry branches is called litter. So mushroom takes the nutrition from the dead body of plants and animals. Flowering plant Neotia, common name is pipe plant, also example of saprophyte. But in case of autotrophic nutrition, generally a process occurs which is called as photosynthesis, in which all green plants take part in the autotrophic nutrition, and other example is photosynthetic bacteria. Few bacteria also considered as the autotrophic nutrition occur, and these bacteria which generally contain a type of chlorophyll which is called as bacteriochlorophyll. Bacteriochlorophyll present which has another type of compositions like the C55, S74, O6 and 4-Mg is molecular formula of bacteriochlorophyll. But in case of green plants, the chlorophyll present as, for example, is considered chlorophyll A, which molecular formula is C55, S72, O5 and 4-Mg. So in the green plant, chlorophyll has a different molecular formula in comparison to the bacterial chlorophyll, which has bacteriochlorophyll molecular formula C55, S74, O6 and 4-Mg. This chlorophyll is found in the leaf, as this is the structure of a leaf. Here, this is the structure of a leaf, which generally has the different parts in it. Suppose this is the structure of a leaf, in which the leaf which has different part, as the leaf which has a broader structure, and such structure contain the special tissue, and these special tissue are known as the xylem and phloem. The xylem and phloem called as vascular tissue. Xylem and phloem called as vascular tissue, and this broad structure called midrib, and the thin structure called vein. This part is called leaf lamina. Leaf lamina is broader part of the leaf. This is called as leaf tip, and this part is called as leaf margin. So in the leaf lamina there are presence of the green color chloroplast which take part in the photosynthesis. When the sunlight reaches from the sun, when sunlight reaches from the sun on the leaf, then the photosynthesis take place. Here in the structure of leaf, the different type of structures are found, which has shown in the diagram as given here. The diagrams of the leaf which has the outer epidermis like this. This is the outer epidermis, which generally has a waxy coat. This waxy coat is called waxy cuticle, and next one called as upper epidermis. Below this, presence of the lower epidermis, which generally has the guard cell. Lower epidermis generally has the guard cell, and other parts in the middle, which generally called as bundle sheath, and in the center of bundle sheath, presence of the xylem and the phloem part in the form of phloem parenchyma and others are parenchymatous tissue. There are large size cell present just below the upper epidermis and spherical cells present near the lower epidermis. In the case of the spherical cells which present near the lower epidermis in the leaf, chloroplasts are distributed randomly, but in the structure below the upper epidermis, chloroplasts are distributed in the regular fashion. There is presence of stomatal pore in the case of lower epidermis in the plant like the mango. Mango is good example of dicot plant in which lower epidermis small size pores present known as stomata and the guard cell present which generally closed and open. This is called xylem which conduct water in the leaf, and next one is phloem which generally translocate food, and these xylem and phloems are called as vascular tissue in the leaf. Generally in the dicot, leaf has two type of cell. One is called as the hair below the upper epidermis. It is called as polyced parenchyma, which generally has a regular arrangement of chlorophyll, chloroplast. These are the green pigment known as chloroplast. And in the case of spongy parenchyma, generally chloroplasts are arranged randomly. So spongy parenchyma as second part and polyced parenchyma as first part of the mesophyll tissue of the leaf. This is the TS of dicot leaf. Good example is mango leaf which has shown in their sectional view. And this is the dicot leaf morphology has shown only. And next diagram which shows the anatomy of leaf in which the tissue structure is found. So these are discussion about the autotrophic nutrition, photosynthesis in the green plant. So you subscribe, like and share this video.